Hey everybody, this is Haas. After I posted the last video about our pool, I had a lot of questions. People want me to show them how I do things, maybe how some things hook up. So I figured I would take a video, I'd answer those questions, and just show how I do things around here. Now I do want to make one correction from the last video that I did. I think I said ABC Pool Spa a lot. I know I wrote it in the comments. It's Pinch a Penny Pool and Spa. The ABC I got because on their app, it tells you the ABCs that you need to do every week. And I just combined it all. So it's Pinch a Penny. If you go to a Pinch a Penny, they will test your water for free and tell you everything that you need to know. So if your pH is off, they're gonna say add a pound or 2 pounds of this. They'll tell you how to do it. You know, you need to add this much chlorine. Make sure you're using liquid chlorine. Don't use the tablets. You're gonna get a better product, and it's cheap. It's like $13 for the first time you get a jug, and then it's $5 or $8, I can't remember, to refill the jug every week or however often you need it. I typically use half a jug a week, unless there's a lot of rain or I had to fill up the pool, and with our well water, it turns it to like this, like there's a lot of iron in our water, so it would normally be orange, but with the little amount, it's kind of like a greenish orange color. So I dump a whole jug of chlorine in it, and that shocks it. Shocking chlorine's the same thing, and it makes it clear again, and then I take it back, and they help me adjust the pH. Wonderful stuff. Not sponsored or anything. I really love this company. They've helped me a whole lot. So I just wanted to correct that so you can find a Pinch a Penny in your area. You can get it done. Don't waste your money on those test strips. I've used both Clorox and the HTH test strips where you use your phone. Horrible. It's a waste of money. Just go get it tested professionally for free, and you'll be good to go. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is the pump. Now, I had some questions about how I set this up. When you get the instructions for this pump, the card comes with QR codes. Use the QR code. They have videos on how to set it all up together. It's very easy, very self-explanatory. Just follow it and you'll be good to go. Now this here is not the outlet that came with this pool. I had to change it out. It's a direct drop-in, so you don't have to worry about that. But I did have to change it. What I did do, the pool itself comes with swatches or squares of the liner material in case you need to patch it. Again, that's very easy. I've already had to do it once. We had some grass grow up over the winter through the bottom of our pool, and so I had to patch it. So I unconnected everything, waited till it was ready to pull out, and then all I did was slap it down on the inside so the water pressure would help hold it. While I pulled it out and I could insert the new one in, I lost very, very little water that way. Another thing I've done with getting this new pump, these are not the stock hoses. Now, if I was to drain this every winter, like I'm sure you're supposed to, I think I would go ahead and cut into this and get the bigger inlets with a stopper on it, much like this up here. However, because I don't empty this for the winter, because it's only 3 weeks long, I left the regular inlets. So the hoses that come with it, maybe if you're up north, these hoses are fine. They started to crack a little bit, and that could be from the sun, that could be from me constantly pulling it on and off. I can't remember, or I don't really know anyway, rather. I used some of the plumber's tape that you wrap around it, and it's supposed to seal it. Yeah, all it did is it cracked a little bit lower. So I went and I got good commercial grade hoses. It was like 10 bucks a hose. It's not much. And I put these on. Now, I don't have to worry about taking these off anymore, and I'll show you why here in just a second. So we threw one of these away, kept one for Owen. He made one of those things with it. He enjoys it, he plays with it. There you go. Other than that, that's the pump. That's how I have it all set up. Now, I did have somebody ask what they can do if they can't afford this sand pump, what they should do to make the stock pump more efficient. The number one thing you can do, it's really tight, I guess. The first thing you have to do, go out and buy a good filter. It's gonna cost you about 30 bucks for the filter, 20, 30 bucks, but it lasts forever. You're gonna get a good 6, 7 months out of that filter, as long as you make sure you clean it. When I vacuum, when I had that filter, I would have to stop and clean it 2 or 3 times and then clean it once more before. That's a lot of getting in and out of the pool. That's a lot of all that kind of stuff. So make sure you clean it. All I do, I've thumbed through the fins with the jet setting. They do have an attachment. I never got that because I'm like 25 bucks for an attachment that I can just sit there and just thumb through it. It takes, 6, 7 minutes, so it's not long. Get a good filter. Don't get those twin packs from Walmart. You can get okay filters on eBay, but just go out and spend the money on a really good filter. Go to a pool store for that, and it's well worth it. You save money in the long run too. That's your number one thing. Number two thing is make sure you keep it clean. It's not going to be a whole lot of suction power, but it's still going to get the job done as long as you keep up on everything else. This here, I keep up on everything else. It just makes it so much easier. The pool is that much cleaner. To me, it was worth getting this. But if you can't get that right now, I understand. Make sure you get a good filter and you keep it clean. Now, somebody asked me how I install the skimmer. So it comes with this attachment here. This is your bucket. Your basket sits down in here. And this attaches, obviously, into this, which replaces one of your suction covers in the pool. So you just screw that right on there. There's from the factory, there's a set screw in that suction cover. Just take that set screw out and then it unscrews normal. Screw this in, attach that, and then obviously run it up in your bracket. Bracket's simple to put on. You just have to finagle it a little bit and it finally works. This thing, however, was a godsend that I didn't know was coming. So I went out and I bought one of those little vacuum brush jobs, not the big vacuums, and it just didn't work. One, I was dealing with an algae bloom that I took care of, but anytime I go to use it, it didn't have much suction. It just kind of threw everything up in the air and then it would settle, and I'd be like, okay, I'll go vacuum again, then it'd throw everything up in the air. So I stopped using that and I only use this. Now, I went out and I bought one of these, like 7, 8 bucks. This allows you, if you don't have a skimmer, you can take your, and this is why I kept removing the hose, you can take your inlet off and this will go right into the wall, okay? And so it just sits in just like that and it goes right into the wall. Now, when I got the skimmer, I learned this will fit right inside of here. And because of the suction, it will hold. So now all I have to do, take the hose off this, so I'm not putting any extra strain on this connection here. And this, I use it backwards, so instead of going in like that, like it's supposed to, I use it backwards, and that fits right in there nice and snug. So I use the return. I make sure I pump all the air out of it as possible because I just hold it right up to the return and it starts shooting water out. Once I see no more air coming out, I hold them both underwater. I slide this right into there and I can vacuum using the full force of this pump. Game changer. I absolutely love this method. But I'll show you how I hook all that together here in just a minute. One final thing before I show you how I fully vacuum. Let's go over here and talk about this ladder. So I've had a lot of questions about this ladder. rightly so. It's a cool looking ladder. I like it. I don't like the ladders that come with the pool itself. It's 1 point pressure on the bottom of the pool. I just think that increases the chance of ripping, especially with my fat butt going up and down. So this one is a Confer Plastics Incorporated ladder. It's rated at 300 pounds. Obviously, I'm a little over that. I have no issues unless these steps have been heated up by the sun really, really well. And then I just need to step on the sides, and it's fine to get over. Then the other side is solid. It has no issue. It's filled with water. It has the child safety. Whee! Waterfalls extra. It does have the child safety. And then you can lock it. The lock goes right in through here. It comes with a lock. You can get your own, whichever. And then they're not getting this open. So that protects you liability wise. It protects your child. Obviously, that's most important. Protect your child and protect you. Your home insurance will thank you. We just had our home insurance out here and saw it, and he's, oh, that's cool. Good stuff. So, solid ladder. Now, this is not a cheap ladder. My parents got the pool as a birthday gift for my son, and then when they saw the ladder, they're like, well, we want him to be safe too, so they got him this ladder. And they probably could have got a little different one, or a smaller one, but I reminded him, Dad, I'm over 400 pounds. Luckily, I'm a lot lower than that. I went back up, but that's a video for another time. I'm on my way back down. Anyway, so they got one with a heavier rating. Again, this isn't cheap, but it's worth it, especially when you consider the safety of your kids. This fills up with water, the legs do, so it helps it stay down as long as you fix these. I moved them. I moved the ladder. It used to sit over by the pump. And it took me a while to adjust these. I was just using it, so that wasn't very good, but we got that taken care of. So let me show you how I vacuum the pool, since I don't use the triangle pool thing. Actually, I don't have it. Since I don't use the vacuum I bought. Don't go out and waste your money on the big, $400 vacuums. It's not worth it for a liner pool like this. If you have a concrete bottom or a fiberglass pool, fine, go for it. With this, it's not worth it. I'll show you how I do this, and it's wonderful. All right. Film. All right. So I just hold the big end to the return until it starts running smooth, and I see no water, no more air coming out. Still feel a little bit. All right. Once all the air's out, just hold both of them underwater. Now, normally I'm outside of the pool, so I'm not kicking anything up when I do this portion. So I just join them together. I don't know if you can see that. I join them together. That way I only have to hold on to one underneath. And then I take this. It's already screwed on. I just take the hose off. Now, don't judge me with all the bugs. I literally just skim this. There you go. So you screw that right on. You take the side with this on here. It slides right on. It suctions, holds it on there. And then you got your vacuum on here. Now, believe it or not, I just vacuumed this like 2-3 days ago. I usually only have to do it about once a week. However, it's love bug season, which if you have been in Florida during the spring or fall, you have seen love bugs. They are the devil's handiwork, most annoying things ever. Since I got a pool, I have a greater hatred for them than I ever have.
Chickens, though.
Because as soon as they hit the water, they die and then they fall. So we actually vacuumed the whole pool, came out here swimming, and then like 30 minutes later, I could have vacuumed it again. It's It's horrible. I'm glad that they're waning off and they're going to be away for a few months. Anyway, so what I do once I get it all hooked together, I use a snorkel and goggles. I know it's weird. It does take some time, but I'll tell you this right now. Using it by hand, doing it in quadrants with just the hose and the snorkel is going to be the most peaceful, relaxing 20 to 30 minutes that you'll spend all week. It's well worth it because nobody can be in the pool while you're doing it. So it's just you. You're alone with your thoughts or not thoughts. If you just clear your mind and just, focus on that one task, it's so relaxing. I feel so much better when I get done vacuuming this pool. So that's what I do. I go quadrant by quadrant. There's 3 big pieces of liner on the bottom. So I just start on one, I get it all done, move to the next. Good part about this pump, I'm really only vacuuming half the pool. The rest of it, I just kind of spot. And then once I'm done, I may swim around a little bit before I go get Owen and say, hey, you want to come swimming?
Secret time.
Secret time. So that's what I do. If you have any other questions, please feel free to let me know. I'll answer them as much as I can. I'll put some links to the products I have again in the description. If I see something that will help you, if I don't know the answer, I'll research it for you and try to help you any way I can. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to vacuum this and maybe I'll let Owen swim. I don't know. We'll see. He's been begging. I'll let him swim. Y'all be self-sufficient. Help everyone you can. Inconvenience no one. You have a good day. Bye.